DJ BrewTube Beer Review. It's collab beer review time today, and from whom do we have said collab beer to review? Well, you see, stage right, we have beer from Boulevard Brewing Company, who's in Kansas City, Missouri, and Modern Times Beer Company, or Beer and Coffee, if you prefer, out of San Diego, California, and both of them are in US of A. Yay, yay! And what beer do we have from them today that was brewed and canned or bottled? At Boulevard, we have their Restless Nights. This is an American porter. It's a limited serving. It's a one-off if you prefer. It clocks in at 7.5% ABV and 30 IBUs. Now, this beer is a blended beer. It's a blend of barrel-aged porter and fresh porter, so they combine those two together. And the barrel-aged porter was aged in bourbon barrels for 6 months, so 50-50 blend. Barrel-aged, non-barrel-aged. Then we have it resting after that combination on beds of coffee. Those coffees are what? 40% of that coffee is Colombian coffee beans that have been aged for 4 months in bourbon barrels, and then 60% of the Colombian coffee, to make the 100%, we have fresh roasted coffee. So we've got a 50-50 blend and a 60-40 blend. 50-50 on the beer, 60-40 on the coffee. And to make up this beer, they don't tell us what malts they used in it, but they do tell us, they don't tell us what hops they used in it, but they do tell us they used 10 types of malts. That's a freaking mouthful. So we got a lot of stuff going on in this beer. At time of recording, this beer is about 2.5 weeks old. At least that's what the little laser etch on the bottom says. Laser etch is awesome, way better to read and easier to read than the ink. So, enough flapping my gums, time to crack the top on this bad boy, get it in the glass, and tell you what's up with Restless Nights Imperial Porter. Now, the premise behind this beer, ooh, nice crack off the top. The coffee's blasted off of this already. The premise behind this beer is to make a barrel-aged beer that wasn't too gigantic, because Modern Times and Boulevard tend to make a lot of really big, you know, like 11% plus kind of barrel-aged brews. So that's the premise behind this. Have something you can drink that's not complete and total knockout drops. Though if you get hard and heavy on a 4-pack of 7.5ers, I think you might be going to night kind of early too. So, anyways, let's talk about the appearance. It's black as night, black as pitch, no light, except for a little teeny tiny, like kind of garnet glint down the bottom of this stackable craft beer glass is coming through. When I swirl it, yeah, I think we might get some nice glass lacing, but we got tons of alcoholic just gripping down the inside of the bowl there. Look at that beautiful brew. Isn't this a cool glass too? If you'd like to get one of these, Libby makes this. So, cool stuff. Anywho, plus you can stack them if you get multiples. So, it's pretty. I've told you about the glass. That's pretty too. But you know what? All this beauty has to be, you know, kind of surrounded with lovely smells. So you know what time it is. It's time to dive in for that aroma. Woo! Coffee is large and in charge and up in your face. Deep, dark, roasted coffee, dark chocolate, licorice. Lots and lots of pipe tobacco aromas. As the head recedes, now I'm getting a little waft of bourbon and spirit aroma. Bourbon, almost rummy kind of smell. Maybe that's because of the barrel-aged coffee beans. Definite nice spirit presence. Good vanilla in there. Lots of roasty-toasty aromas. Lots of barrel char or maybe roast char. Can't tell if I didn't know if it was, you know, I'd know right off the bat this is a coffee beer, but I maybe wouldn't say, oh yeah, it's definitely had a portion of it barrel-aged. Lots of caramel, burnt brown sugar, a little bit of coconut and marshmallow. Man, this smells freaking delicious. Not a hint of alcohol in that aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers! Nice. Right up in front, you get a kick of coffee right out. Smooth, like front to back coffee flavor from the tip of your tongue to all the way to the middle of your palate. After that, vanilla comes in. Medium to medium thin body. It's a porter. That's even though it's an American or imperial-ish kind of porter here. 7.5, I guess it'd be kind of like imperial, but little thin on the body. Lots and lots of coffee flavor. Not as much bourbon as I was hoping for, and barrel treatment. There's more barrel in the aroma than there is the flavor. Like on the front of your lips, you're getting that like kind of vanilla, bourbony type thing. And then the rest of the drink to the back is that of coffee, toffee, burnt caramel, like burnt brown sugar caramel kind of thing going on, and a lot of roast, but it's not like overbearing roast. There's good balance in here. To me, almost they went 70-30 barrel aged to just like fresh porter. Maybe that might be better. When you barrel age a 7.5% beer, that stuff thins out. That's the nature of the beast, but I think it would have more barrel presence. That said, though I'm giving you that criticism, as you can see, I've crushed down the whole top of this glass. Super easy to drink. The alcohol is completely, and I mean completely hidden. Lots of big, roasty coffee flavors. It says I've got coffee and barrel-aged coffee in me, and it totally gets that done. There is barrel-aged flavor, though it's not super-duper present. You know, I wasn't expecting big presence. When you're talking a blended 50-50 beer, that's how it goes down. And they were going for something maybe less up in your grill, but just the same, really tasty. And if you like coffee, this is for you. Almost, the aftertaste of this is almost that of if you put a little bit of spirit in your like black coffee or maybe in your espresso, you put a drop of bourbon in there, that kind of thing. That's kind of like how the flavor of the aftertaste is coming off. Very pleasant beer, front to back, well made, spot on carbonation, silky smooth going down. So let's grade it. At time of recording, Beer Advocate has given this 4.11 out of 5. That's about a 91. So we're talking like high, like A to A minus range, that kind of thing. And Untapped has given this 4.0 out of 5. So I'd say that's definite A range for those guys. Let me take one more taste. The only thing this is missing is more bourbon flavor. If you're saying on the front here, it says, let's see, bourbon barrel aged coffee and aged coffee, bourbon barrel coffee aged porter. So it's saying I'm aging a bourbon barrel and the coffee is bourbon barrel aged, but it doesn't tell you about the 50%. I had to research that. So you might be saying, oh, man, what the hell? I got cheated. I thought I was going to get more bourbon barrel flavor. Once you get into the 50-50 and the 60-40 thing, you get it. I'm going to go with an A- on this myself. I'm going to go 92. It's tasty beer, really well-made porter, but if I didn't know that it was barrel-aged, I'd only have hints and faint hints in the background, like glints of that flavor, and I might not say it's barrel-aged at all, but that said, the coffee is strong, large, and in charge, and super tasty. So, have you had Restless Nights from Boulevard Brewing Company / Modern Times Beer and Coffee? If you have, let me know what you know, because I like the quid pro quo and the back and forth. I also really like it when you think locally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. And it's exceedingly cool when you do me a great big favor and you rate, comment, subscribe, especially if it's your first time with us. And if you can get around to it, you've got to do me that great big favor by pushing the Google metrics up into the stratosphere by doing what? Smashing that like button, because that, along with 1 pounder, is all I'm going to need of Boulevard Brewing Company / Modern Times Beer and Coffee. Restless Nights to put my big ass, barrel-aged-ish, beer drinking happy face on. So the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a hell of a bunch of love for y'all, and you know what's coming for you by now. Hell yes, a big ass.